Okay, so the last formula was exponential growth. So you can imagine, because I have a negative here, this is exponential decay. And we still have our final amount. We have our initial amount. We have our rate. We have our time. And this is called the decay factor. Okay, so it's almost identical to exponential growth, except we have a negative in there. We're subtracting. So, I'll just read this really quick. It says, for exponential growth, the value inside the parentheses is greater than 1 because r is added to 1. So if I have 15%, I add it to 1, it's 1.15. So it's always going to be bigger than 1. For exponential decay, the value inside the parentheses is less than 1 because r is subtracted from 1. So if I have 8%, 1 minus 8% is 0.92. So it will always be that way. So this, again, this is an example of growth. This would be 2 to the x power. Here's 1/2, so it comes down like this. Okay, so we want to determine whether or not these are examples of exponential growth, exponential decay, or neither. So for this one, they're going up by 1, okay, the x's. So I'm looking at the y's, and 270 going to 90, 90 to 30, 30 to 10. It looks like I'm dividing by 3 each time. Well, dividing by 3 is the same thing as multiplying by 1/3. So this is, I can tell by the 1/3, and because it's getting smaller, this is exponential decay. Over here, I am going up by 2. Times 2, times 2, times 2. So this is exponential growth. Now if this was times 2, times 2, times 3, then we know that it would be neither, because it wouldn't be an exponential function. Okay, so there's a couple of things just to kind of keep in mind so we know the difference. The growth factor, remember, is what's in the parentheses. It's 1 plus r. It's that whole piece. The decay factor is 1 minus r. But the rate of change is just r. It's not the whole piece. It's just r. And kids get that confused all the time. Thus the very large font. Okay, so let's look at this. It says determine whether each function represents exponential growth or exponential decay, and identify the percent rate of change. Okay, so we've got 1.07 here. It's above 1. So this is exponential growth. And remember, it's 1 plus my rate. So this is 0.07, which is 7%. Okay, over here, my number in parentheses is under 1. Okay, so this is exponential decay. And I can tell what my rate is because I just subtract this from 1. Remember that it's 1 minus r. So if 1 minus r is 0.98, that means that r is going to equal 0.02. So this is 2%. So you're just subtracting 1 from this, and that gives you your rate. Okay, so I want you to try these. So go ahead and pause your video now. All right, so this one we have exponential decay because it's less than 1, and my rate, remember it's 1 minus 0.92, which is going to give me, my rate is 0.08 or 8%. Okay, this is exponential growth because it's larger than 1. My rate is 0.2, which is 20%. Okay, I am going to pause the video here because this is a good place to pause, and we will continue in the next video.